Hey guys, it's Riley and I'm here with
Raelynn.
and welcome to Nothing Better. In today's video we are going to be making
Halloween mini cakes.
Alright, so in front of us we each have a sheet cake, and if you don't know what that is, all you do is just make your favorite cake batter, put it on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper, and cook it in the oven. Ours took about like 10-ish, 7 to 10 minutes to fully cook through. You want to watch it really carefully because they're really thin and they could burn easy, huh?
Yeah.
I have a dark chocolate sheet cake.
And I have a lemon cake.
And we're each going to make our own mini cakes with these. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is after your cakes come out of the oven, you're just going to let them cool completely so that they don't break apart and burn so that you don't burn yourself. And I also have this it's like a top of a pitcher that we have.
We're gonna pretend it's a cookie cutter.
Yep. We're gonna use it as a cookie cutter today. You can use anything. It's about the size. It's like a little bigger than the palm of my hand, but you can do any size cookie cutter that you want. And all you're gonna do is cut out as many circles as you can out of your sheet cake. All right, guys. So we have cut out all of our mini cake layers. We managed to get 10 out of hers and 8 out of mine. So we're going to use 4 cake layers per cake. So out of one sheet tray, we are going to be able to make 2 mini cakes. So we'll have 4. So the first thing that we have done is we've cut out all of our layers, and we each have one of our layers on a plate, and we have 4 thick strips of parchment paper surrounding the whole thing so that we can just peel them off, and the plate underneath will be clean and ready to serve the cake on. And we both also have, show them yours, we both each have a
white
bag of white buttercream frosting.
It tastes so good.
You can make your own, or you can purchase it from the store. Okay, so I've changed the camera angle a little bit so you can see more what we're doing. So here we have our cake layers. And we are just going to take our buttercream frosting. And we're just going to make a little circle around the outside. Can you draw a little circle? It doesn't have to be perfect. This is Raylynn's first time using frosting by herself out of one of these bags.
I still know how to do it.
Okay, after doing that, you should have a little ring of frosting around your cake layer. Now you're just going to fill it in lightly. So you're just going to do
I know how to do it.
some more inside like that. Okay, now we are taking spoons and we're just going to
Right like that.
kind of
Oh,
just hold it a little bit like this. And just carefully spread the frosting. Perfect, good job. Alright, now you're just going to take another cake layer, put it on top, and repeat that whole process for 4 of your cake layers. Alright guys, so we have all 4 layers of our cake set up, and now we are going to just, we're going to put lines up the side like this, and we're going to give it a little crumb coat to lock all of the crumbs in place so that so that you cannot see them after we decorate them. So they look a little funny right now, but it's all part of the process. This is what what your crumb coat should look like. It's just a really messy thin layer of frosting to lock in all the crumbs. They should look a little messy. So this is what Raelynn's looks like as well.
I just thought
And now what we're going to do is we're going to pop them in the fridge for 25 to 30 minutes just so they can firm up and really stick, so that the crumbs stick to the cake better. Alright, so for my cake, I'm going to be making a candy corn cake, and Raelynn,
I'm going to make a pumpkin cake.
she's going to make a jack-o'-lantern themed cake. So, in order to get the facial features of the jack-o'-lantern, we're going to melt down some chocolate chips.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Just about this much, so about like a half a cup. And we're going to melt them in the microwave in 30-second increments until they're fully melted. While those are melting, we have just gotten out a big flat plate, sprinkled it with a little bit of water, and we put a little piece of parchment paper on top of it so that we can peel the chocolate off easily.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have melted our chocolate. I put a splash of vegetable oil in it just to make it a little bit more liquidy and not as thick. And I also have a plastic baggie inside of a cup because we are going to be putting the chocolate inside of the baggie. So all we're going to do is just pour it right in there. All the glorious chocolate. We are going to just close up the baggie. Okay, so we now have our chocolate in our baggie, and it's going to come out really fast. So we just need to point it up while we cut the hole. And make sure you have whatever face you're going to draw in mind because it is going to come out fast, like I said. Just make a small hole so that it's more precise. And we are going to draw the face. So we're going to do triangles.
Oh, is it going to be a lantern?
Jack-o'-lantern?
Yeah.
Just flatten it all out. You're just going to tap it and pop it in the fridge. Alright guys, so for the first cake, the jack-o'-lantern cake, I am doing Raelynn's because she's currently outside right now, so I have just frosted the cake with our orange buttercream frosting, as you can see, and I have also put our chocolate decorations that we have just made earlier on as well, and I also made a stem. Let me go get that real quick. So here is the stem. You can't really see it, but it is just a little rectangle of chocolate, and I'm just going to press it right into the middle. Okay, so the last finishing touch for this pumpkin cake is to take a little bit of green buttercream frosting, put it in a baggie, cut a little hole at the tip, and just do some little swirl details to kind of look like vines. And that is pretty much done. So here is the finishing product of the pumpkin cake. Now on to the candy corn cake. Okay, so mine's a little bit off-centered. So this is why we have put the cakes in the fridge, is so that we can carefully touch it and pick it up, and nothing will get onto our hands. So to start off this candy corn cake, we are first going to take some yellow buttercream and just put it around the edge. This is a great time when you can use a Lazy Susan because you can turn it while you frost, but mine's downstairs and I'm kind of a little too lazy to go get it. So I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. And I'm just going to put a thick line on the bottom of this. So I actually ended up doing 2 layers of the yellow frosting, and now I'm going to do the same to the orange and white layer. Okay, so I have put every single layer of frosting on. As you can see, it's starting to kind of look like a candy corn. Now I'm going to take my offset spatula and I'm just going to place it right here. And I'm just going to carefully slide it across the cake, trying not to blend the colors too much. And I'm going to take a cup and just scrape off the frosting. Sorry about that. Scrape off the frosting and do it until all of the colors are nicely blended. Alright, now all of the colors are blended and I'm just going to smooth out the top. And this is what our candy corn cake looks like all done. It looks awesome. I think this one's my favorite out of the 2. Now let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, for the third cake we are going to be making a mini Frankenstein cake. So I have mixed up some green buttercream frosting here. I'm just going to plop some onto the top of the cake. It can be any shade of green you want. I used a mixture of moss green and lime green. And I am just going to use my offset spatula and just spread it all around the cake, making sure that the sides are even and smooth. Alright, in order to decorate this cake, here's the green cake right here. I have mixed up some dark gray charcoal looking frosting, and I also have some white. So let's get started. First we're going to do his hair. So on the top you can see it's a little messy because I don't want there to be a big thick layer of frosting on the top, so I just left it pretty thin. So now I am going to just go around doing little zigzags up and down on the top. So I did that. You can see all of the little triangle, upside down triangle, zigzag things. And I also have this little paint, I don't know what you call it, this little paint scraper thing that has been sanitized. I only use it for food. I do not paint with it. But I'm just going to use this and kind of like smooth out the triangles, and then I'm just going to use my big offset spatula to smooth down the top. And here is the end result of our Frankenstein cake. And I just put little pieces of chocolate on the neck area to look like those little, I don't know, they're bolts or something. And his mouth kind of turned out a little wonky, but I think he's still pretty cute. Yeah, there we go. On to the last cake. For the final mini cake recipe, I obviously have my crumb coated mini cake, and I also have some more of that dark gray charcoal colored buttercream. So I'm going to frost the whole cake with this color buttercream, because this is going to be the background for our spider web. So I'm just going to go ahead and frost the cake. Alright, so now I have frosted the cake, and I have taken some white buttercream frosting, put it in a baggie, and cut a little hole at the corner. And I'm just going to make spider web designs. So I'm going to start on the middle of the cake, on the top. And I'm just going to draw lines going all the way across the top and all the way down to the bottom. And I'm going to do about 8-ish of those. And now to make the spider web, I have just connected the lines with some, curved lines all around the cake and down the cake. And then it should look like a spider web. And that is the end of the video, you guys. In today's video, we made 4 mini cakes. We made a jack-o'-lantern cake, a candy corn cake, a Frankenstein cake, and my personal favorite, the spiderweb cake. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below what kind of videos you want to see next, whether it's cooking, baking, or anything in between. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome rest of your day. Bye!